I hope everybody's doing well. I haven't been live on this channel in quite some time, so I thought we would go over the Sebastian Rogers case and see who's up ridiculously early with me this wonderful morning. I hope everybody is doing well. We'll just wait for a few people to get in here, and then we'll get started. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Let me see if I can... What else we got here? What's this? It's 1 minute to start a highlight. Huh. Wow. What? I didn't realize we had highlight availability. All right, guys. So Sebastian Rogers is a 15-year-old autistic boy that disappeared from Hendersonville, Tennessee on February 26, 2024, the same day that Madeline Soto disappeared from her home in Kissimmee, Florida. Both of these kids were, with a parent, a mom, and a stepfather or step-parent or mom's boyfriend. And both of them, hey, Mark, it's nice to see you, have come under heavy fire. In the Madeline Soto case, Stefan Stearns is behind bars right now, and he is not coming out for the foreseeable future, and he was just charged with her homicide. Sebastian Rogers case, hey, Guidance, it's nice to see you. Sebastian Rogers' case, on the other hand, is much different. Nobody's been charged in his case. He has not been yet found. Hey, Jazzy. Good morning, love. It's nice to see you. I haven't gone live. Hey, Colleen. I haven't gone live on this channel in a while, so I figured I'd go live on this channel since I just dropped the other video. And we're going to probably be going over some of the same information on this one that we went over on the TikTok live this morning. 5 a.m., by the way, at 5 a.m. I took yesterday off, and so today we're kind of hitting it really hard. Hey, Drew. Oh, Drew, it's nice to see you, my love. I love seeing your face here. Well, seeing your face, seeing your name. Seeing your name here. It's nice to see you all here. So if you guys go over to my main YouTube channel, you guys will see I just dropped a video for my live on TikTok, and we went over a lot of questions, because these are questions I feel like have been neglected in the case. Nobody has really been discussing the questions that we should have been asking way up front when we had the attention of the stepfather and the mother. Now they've gone into hiding. They're military trained. There's no excuse for military trained parents to be in hiding, period. But that's not the issue that we're talking about today, and we're going to elaborate a little more on this issue probably on the main channel later today. And it's related. How is everybody this beautiful day? I know I'm doing well. I mean, as well as can be expected, Oh, Dylan Lynn, it's nice to see you, love. So I went to, but just on a side note, why I see people coming in, I went to TJ Maxx, and I found espresso beans, 2.2 pounds of espresso beans, raw beans. So I have been making myself espresso every morning. Yesterday I unplugged, I turned the phones off, everything. I sat here and just watched court TV all day yesterday. The Doomsday trial was on, the Chad Daybell. And that's, getting hard to watch. I don't know how his children... I can't. But either way, I sat here and watched that yesterday, and that was pretty interesting. But what we're doing here is this 5:15. So somebody that worked with Chris Proudfoot sent a text message to one of the channels or one of the Facebook groups that morning Chris Proudfoot wasn't on his crane until 7 a.m. Well, this is the PI. I don't know these PIs. I really don't. I don't know their history. I don't know how good they are. I don't know what cases they've covered, how well they've covered them. I don't know who these people are. Okay, so I mean, we're really trusting, putting a lot of value in people we have no clue who they are. And so we received a message that the PIs have confirmed that Chris Proudfoot was on that crane, or at least checked into work at 5:15 in the morning. I just want a confirmed date and time. Was he there at 5:15? Was he there at 7 a.m.? Because we have a timeline to build, and right now, the best timeline we have so far is we don't know when they went to BJ's. We don't know when they came home from BJ's. We don't know when they went bowling. We don't know when they went over to the steakhouse from the bowling alley. We don't know what they did at the bowling alley. We don't know how long they were at the steakhouse. We know that they ate there. We don't know what they ate. We don't know what time they left. We don't know what time they got home. However, we know what time Sebastian went to bed, or allegedly went to bed, which was 9 p.m. We also know that, according to the mother, that we only know that midnight the mom went to bed, and somewhere between 9 and midnight, she had a 3-hour conversation with Christopher Proudfoot. Then, according to the PI, Christopher Proudfoot was at work at 5:15 in the morning. According to one of his work people, he was there at 7 a.m. Katie awakes at 6 a.m. This is what we're hearing from Katie. I have nothing to corroborate that either. With Katie, we know that she says that when she got up, he was not there. She went into his room. 3 minutes later, she calls Chris Proudfoot. And then we know from law enforcement that Chris Proudfoot calls into their dispatch line for a missing child at 6:33, in the morning. So, other than that, that's where we're at with that. Good morning, love it. It's nice to see you. And I see that we have a troll in here. Everybody, listen, we're going to have to deal. If you guys don't like somebody, you guys can go ahead and block them personally without the mods doing it. As far as trolls, we're going to have to accept that there's idiots out here on the streets of YouTube, okay? All we can do is block them and move on. Don't engage with them. Don't acknowledge their existence. They're idiots that thrive off of attention. So if you don't give them attention, they will just kind of go away, you know. So just let them go away, right? They're like a gnat. You know, we have to deal with gnats every time we go outside, right? Some of them you swat and they meet their fate. And some get away. Some get away. So there is that. So anyways, guys, that's where we're at with this. I guess one of the points when you have the 5:15, if he's left, or if he arrived at work at 5:15, hear me out. And we do believe that even with this new information, this would almost imply he would need help from his family, right? In my opinion, in order for the timeline to jive, because we've been hearing his mom has been brought up several times, right? It's not the first time we were like, oh my God, Kathy Proudfoot, or Kathy, whatever her phone. Oops, sorry. Watch my language. It's so easy for me just to say cuss words. Hold on, I'm trying to set you guys up so I can quit holding you, so you guys will quit going into a C, right? I'm so worried that you guys are going to get seasick. Seasick for me. Bye, you babe. It's nice to see you. I see some of the fam coming in here. I haven't used this account in so long, you guys don't even realize I still have it, but I do. And it's, believe it or not, it's growing. I came in here and I have like 200 more followers than I did. I've only been throwing a little bit here and a little bit there up in here. And I'm like, aw. So I wanted to come over here and give some love to our channel, because we haven't been over here in a while, right? And I can't believe that we're growing like a weed over here too. The cuss jar's in the other room. It's in the other room for a purpose. Yes. We're gonna keep it there. We're not gonna see how. And I gotta watch my language. I know. I'm working on my language. But what does this mean? Like, think about it. If he went, it's like 7 a.m., we can almost apply, hey, Jen, it's nice to see you. We can almost imply that, you know, he could just do just about anything. But I also believe that the 9 p.m., and I think I said this almost out the gate. I got to go back and look at some of the stuff that I said at the beginning, because I know that a lot of this stuff I've been spot on with so far. But that 9 p.m. when he went to bed, I said, they're being so truthful about it. I wonder if something happened at 9 p.m. versus him going to bed. And if that's the case, and like we also heard that there was a neighbor that said that Chris's Proudfoot's Truck was there up until 9 p.m. Sunday night. So we've been relying on that information as well. And we're hearing that came from a neighbor. And it came from, to me, a reliable source. So this PI is kind of really murking up the water from corroborated evidence. So I just want to know where they got this, because if somebody is, intentionally, I don't know if it's the PI that's intentionally causing issues in this case, or if it's the neighbors intentionally causing issues in this case. But I would like to have some clarification on, what time he arrived at his work. Good morning. It's nice to see you, Amy. I hope you're doing well. So I'm trying to get the clarification on that. Once we do that, once we have the clarification on Chris Proudfoot, we can start building his timeline, because we need to find out if, in fact, he was at the house at all that weekend. I truly believe he was. There's somebody out there saying, I just saw a video where somebody's, hypothetical. It's like, what if all of them are innocent? In my mind, there is no plausibility, a possible way or path forward that gets Sebastian out of his home. He was a sheltered child. He had no connection to the outside world. He had nothing but family involvement. So any way you look at this, there's no way that him disappearing wasn't an inside job. He had no outside influence. So if he has no outside influence, how is it possible? Seth said he saw Sebastian on video coming out of the Texas Roadhouse. Did he mention the timestamp of the video? You know what, Lovett? I don't recall he did mention the timestamp of the video. I believe it was Dolly Vision that he was on when he let that information out. And I don't recall him saying anything about what time. But again, he kept saying that nobody's asking him the right questions. So I don't know what the right I think at that point my question would be, well, what's the right question? That's just my curiosity. But either way, no, I don't recall them saying any timestamp on that of when. But, Seth is more vocal than anybody. So if anybody gets it, has an opportunity to speak to Seth, ask him that. Because I'd like to know, I think a lot of people would like to know what that timestamp is, because that would really help us with at least a time on our timeline. And but one thing I did recall that Seth did say is that Sebastian didn't seem like his jovial self, that he didn't seem like he seems when he's with him, according to Seth. So I think that the day before has a lot to do with it. But, we need to find out, because I want to know. I still believe, no matter how this works out, that Chris Proudfoot has a hand in this. There's just, Chris and Katie both have to know something. This child was too sheltered and too protected for it to really be anybody else. There's no stranger danger in this kid's life. If there was, he would have shoes that went with him. Somebody would have coaxed him out of the house. He would have naturally put his shoes on. So this tells me that he was most likely taken out of the house without his shoes. There's nobody going in his house. We don't have freaking ninjas, okay? There's no ninjas in the house, okay? There's no ninja entrance in the house. They didn't go, wah-wah, okay? I felt like Dolly Vision for a second. Wah-wah, right? So there's nobody. There's two people. There's literally two freaking people. That's it. That's all we got. Two. Katie or Chris. Or both. All right? No UFOs. No ninjas. No Dolly Visions. Okay? Just Katie and Christopher Proudfoot. That's it. That's it. And Seth Rogers. But he was hanging around with a bunch of criminals that night. So, it does sound a little, oh, my hair. No. You got to get poked back in there. Hold on a second. I got to fix the hair. Let me poke back in there. All right, no. You got to go back in. We don't like you sticking out. Don't make me rebraid you. I have a funny feeling I'll have to rebraid. Come on. I believe in you. I believe I can fly. There we go. Look at that. Yay. I'll see you, West Virginia Holly girl. Nice to see you. She took that boy through that garage and took him out there somehow, some way. If Chris was there, you know, they either... See, this is the bad thing. We only get part of the video. So we get part of the video that sees those flashlights that at like 3:11. And those could be implied that those are coming back or going out. I mean, to be honest with you, it doesn't really tell us if they were coming or going at 3:11. What if they were coming back? That would have given, and even at 3:11, that wouldn't have given Chris enough time to be to work at 5:15. So that means there would have had to been an exchange. That means it would have had to been either Big D or whoever that guy is, or the Bauer Sox. Or the Bauer Sox. I think they had help because we heard from somebody that it's possible that Kathy's vehicle was seen near the school around 5:15 in the 5:45. That's awfully close to the time everybody's saying Chris was at work. I just thought about that. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. You can get that woman out of my chat. So mods, block that woman. She's not allowed in here. She's got a dying channel. Another freaking uneducated idiot with a freaking microphone and a bad attitude. Not that one, the other one. Troll could have stayed in here. That one doesn't bother me. So, in my opinion, people are shady. Don't use flashlight. Yeah, but where did the flashlights come from? Why was that the one thing? Why was that the one thing that, hold on here. Where is it? Did we get the other one? There it is. Thank you, Guidance. Guidance got it. I don't think they showed for the vision. No, they didn't. They haven't showed up for the vigil. They haven't posted flyers. They basically, they haven't tried to get, like, they think this kid walked out of their house, right? And then they said they, like, recently, I think it's on Reels or something, or maybe it was a different one. Katie's talking about she believes her son was taken. Okay, so if you believe your son was taken, you need as much, tips coming in as possible, which we've learned from law enforcement and TBI. No tips. This is already a cold case, y'all. There is no viable leads. That's what they said. No viable leads. We know when this stuff comes to a cold case, no viable leads are no viable leads. No viable leads is what triggers the cold case. So we've had no viable leads in this case since the beginning. None. None. I want people to understand that. No viable leads, no scent, no evidence, cleanup. That's what it sounds like to me. Cleanup. Total cleanup. And cleanup job. So we have these parents that are running away. Their child is sheltered. This seems like an inside job. They're selling the house, go motorcycle shopping, and what? They need tips, and they do what? Oh, that's right. The money that they should be spending to try to get those leads and tips by way of reward, right? What generates tips? Reward. Do you know Katie and Christopher Proudfoot has not provided one iota of a cent toward a reward to find their son that they believe is taken by somebody? But they sit there and say, oh, but we got a billboard. Yay! We got a billboard. We got a billboard for him. Don't worry about it. We're going to find him. We're going to find him with this billboard. We don't have to go look for him. We're going to find him with the billboard and the motorcycle and the sale of the house. And just being all around pieces of crap parents. We'll find him that way. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So all these things going on, we have not been able to ascertain very general, important key facts from either Chris or Katie. What does that tell us? We can't figure out what time Chris has gone to work. Why? Chris is the one that came to social media asking for our help. You would think that he would say, look, we don't know what happened. This is where we were. But no, I can't tell you, privacy, security, HIPAA. TBI. I can't tell you guys anything. My story is so important that I just can't tell nobody. Chris and Seth, they could tell you guys everything that you need to know, but mine's just ultra secretive. Doesn't make sense. Don and Candace with money kind of vibe, in my opinion. Of course. Why can't he produce a time card? And not only that, but the construction business, if they use time cards, that's a big if they actually do have a time card punch thing, how many times have they had a friend punch them in and punch them out? You need to find the friend. You need to find that friend. The man doesn't have a lot of friends, I can tell you that. He's an asshole. Excuse my language, but he is. Sorry, Sonia. You know. He is. Because I'm telling you, he has no ride or dies, okay? When we were in front of Billy Joe's house, like, her best friend's, like, ready to run us over with her pickup truck. We've got nobody willing to run us over for the Proudfoots, okay? They got no friends. And the friends that they do have, obviously, are smart because they ain't coming out to stick up for them until they find out what's going on, right? That's not a really good friend. Like, you tell me my best friend did something like this, I'd be in your face all day long. Like, I'd be in my pickup truck ready to run you over. Just saying, right? Because I know my best friend didn't do no stuff like that. They got nobody sitting here willing to do anything for them. They've got no help. They've got nobody. I mean, really. They've got nobody. Every time you see them around, you don't see anybody at their house in droves. The only people you see around them are the Bowersocks or some piece of garbage, Proudfoot family member. Like, Katie's cut her whole family out of her life and is like a Proudfoot now, right? She's willing to sell her soul to the devil for a little bit of money. She's willing to give her son away to save her marriage. That's the kind of woman she is. Not a very good woman. I don't even want to call her a woman. Like, women don't act like that. I don't know what they call people like that. But she's not a woman. She's not a mom. I just heard this ridiculous thing about somebody on here. It's an older guy, of course. Bleeding heart. What if they're all innocent? Okay, Cupcake, I'm sorry that you are part of our public education system. But here in the real world, when people can't produce children and those children are sheltered, and obviously have nobody else possible in their life, it kind of, limits the pool of possibilities. Cupcake, like, we don't need to have, do I need to go through, like, common sense school? Should we have a university class for common sense for YouTubers and TikTokers? Or can you guys figure it out on your own? I mean, I don't know. This is the kind of stuff that people get mad at me about. I'm sorry. I think there's idiots here on social media, okay? There's a lot of idiots with mental health issues here that can't have their own thought process. You got to be told here. If you have to be told what to believe, then let me tell you what to believe. Chris and Katie did it. There you go, Cupcake. Oh, come on. You guys love it. All right. Well, I wanted to come on here. I don't know when I'm going to do it yet. Look at those split ends. I need to get my hair done. Look at that. I could paint with this. Like, my horsehair. Da, 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 da. There's a lot of idiots. Yes, there are. Trust me, it's not just immune to YouTube. We got the YouTube population's going. But I am serious, guys. We need to kick all these hate channels out of there. I mean, we got the numbers. I mean, seriously, nobody's listening to them anyways. They got a small little group of, I think the most that they got is like 16,000 people. Like, seriously, nobody's got time for this shit anymore. I'm so over it. So I'm like, literally, if you guys want to listen to that garbage, go listen to that garbage. But if you guys are willing to give up good, like, T-Rev is like ready to leave. He just put a community post. He's not going to be on YouTube. Really? Are we really willing to have these hate channels over somebody like T-Rev that brought us Nina Gomez? Really? Like, what is wrong with the people? You know what? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You guys create your own bed, and then you guys are going to be bitching about, why is there no good creators on here? Because you guys supported freaking creators that ran them off freaking YouTube. That's why. You guys chose a emoji. A freaking emoji. These are uneducated idiots that aren't even willing to show you their face to look you eyeball to eyeball so you can tell whether they're telling you the truth or not, because it's easy to lie to you when they're covered their face, isn't it? I can tell you anything behind a screen. Well, you got to look right here and you got to see this. Guys, get off these hate channels. They're not drama channels. They're hate channels. Get off the hate channels. Get back to true crime. I say we're kicking these hate channels out of our true crime community. I'm tired of them. They don't belong here. We don't go over there. They keep coming over here. Why? Because they're freaking idiots that need attention. They can't get attention any other way. Nobody listens to them. Not T-Rev. Trev Time. Did I say T-Rev? I meant Trev Time. Trev Time. Good guy. Good guy. You know, I'm not willing to listen to some garbage channel over. I'd much rather watch Trev Time all day long. All day long over this disgusting garbage that people call entertainment here on this platform. I don't engage in it. I don't like it. They like to engage in me, but they like the clout of my name. That's what they are going after. So, you know, I say let's kick them all out. And that's what our mantra needs to be, because I'm not willing to give up Narkid Diver. I'm not willing to give up T-Rev. I'm not willing to give up Trev Time. I'm not willing to give up any other creator that's out there doing the right thing over these garbage channels, these freaking hate-filled channels. So, guys, I hope you guys start coming aboard. This is going to be the thing. I'm going to be on all channels, my TikTok, this channel, my main channel, and I'm going to be having that drumbeat. And I hope other creators get behind it and say the same thing. We have had enough with this disgusting hate. They need to go back in their box. They don't belong here. They don't belong here. They can stay on their side of the streets, on the other side of the train tracks. You know, where the trash resides. That's where they need to stay. So, all right, guys, I love you. God bless. Go over to my main channel. Drew, if you haven't been over to my main channel, I never see you over on my main channel, Bullhorn Betty. Go over there. Go over there and hang out with me, because I'm over there more than I'm over here, and I like seeing your face. All right, love you guys. God bless. We'll talk soon.